Hey everyone, good morning, good evening, and today we are going to look and find some absolute banger small cap stocks that are about to explode. So let's get into it straight off the bat. We'll start with yesterday's breakouts and see what's going on. Royalty Manage. This looks completely insane. Very interesting. Huge spike, and then another huge one. Let's check it out on the more sophisticated chart here and see what's actually going on with royalty. Wow. Wow, very interesting indeed. A ginormous gap up, usually trading around 10k, 30k, and someone's just brought 500,000. This looks very interesting. We will continue to watch that and see what goes on, see what happens to it. It's kind of interesting. That's RMCOW, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Fascinating. I'm not going to jump into it too soon because I like slow and steady. I like to see things like kind of like this. Talkspace, common stock. I don't like to see violent swings, or at least I can look at them and the larger scale sort of downtrend, but I like longer scale uptrends that are kind of gentle as they can possibly be. So let's have a look at Talk. Ginormous gap up on earnings. Someone dropping 7 million on big volume. That's very interesting. I think we'll keep an eye on that one. I'm not a big fan of gap ups just because they can be kind of predictable. You can come crashing down, but it's something to keep in mind. Talk, TALK. Herbalife. Now this one is awesome. I'm sure some of you are familiar with Herbalife, and they've obviously had some good news. Let's dive in a little bit more into Herbalife and see what's going on. Disappointing earnings. Let's see what the news says. You just can't tell what's going to happen to the stock, can you, on earnings? Because it's a disaster. Sometimes it goes through the moon. Herbalife shares trading high after better than expected Q4 results. Cristiano Ronaldo 10% stake in the company. Good on you, Ronnie. This is really cool. We may have missed the breakout here. So this was the big one. Yeah, that's kind of like, that's just what you want, the big period of consolidation and the gap up. But who's to say that Herbalife won't keep going up? But I quite like it. It might pull back here, as it tends to pop, pull back. I'll be watching this one. It's a very interesting Herbalife. Herbalife is going off, so that's fascinating. X-Pro also, I think, I much prefer this one. Slow and steady, not too violent. Let's delve deeper into X-Pro and let's see what's going on with the news on X-Pro. Yeah, I like this a lot. This is really nice. Oh, good earnings. 5% surprise. Q1 sales versus, yep. It's really good. I like this. It's not too crazy. Someone buying the dip here big time. Very interesting and good sales. I wouldn't, it's not at historical highs, but I would, you're kind of almost buying the dip there. It's very interesting. I'd like to see that. Aftermarket has gone up a little bit more too, so I'll keep an eye on X-Pro. That's very cool. Slow and steady, seems to be running along the 50-day quite tidily. And maybe wait for a little pullback to get into that one. X-Pro looking very interesting. MPT, choppy, but it is the first breakout in a while. Expect a rapid pullback on that one. Coca-Cola, what? It's been doing nothing for years, but yeah, they've had a big pop. Too expensive for my tastes. And let's go back to Wednesday and see what happened. BlackRock, ugh. Yeah, $27. I'm not too interested in that. It may well go higher, but ups and downs. Let's just have a look for fun at BlackRock. BlackRock, almost as bad as Blackwater, isn't it? Yeah, okay, bit of a pullback, but interesting. $27 BMN. Big volume ish. Yeah, that's kind of slowly going up. So a little bit of a breakout there, a long period of consolidation and a little bit of a pop. So that's worth having a look at. We'll just put a blue marker on there. We may come back to that at some point. Holly Inc. Now this is really interesting. Holly Inc. Let's see what's happening with Holly Inc. Automobiles and trucks. Okay, it's not quite the breakout I thought it was. Went on a mad run. 20 million shares purchased way back on the 7th of November. And it looks to be heading a little bit higher now. So that's something to watch. Once it breaks past 442, you want to be getting in. So I might just set a little alarm here, maybe a bit higher, 447. And that'll give me a shout when something happens, because it looks like it's going to be ticking higher. So we'll keep an eye on Hilly, HLLY. Tactile systems. What's happening? Whoa. So interesting. These charts are just crazy. Let's see what's happening with this one. Tactile systems, TCMD. Big gap up and then a pullback. Anything can happen with this one. Surprise and surprise. Very interesting. It's nice to buy on a pullback. Let's see where it goes from there. We'll put a little marker in here. I would like to see it sort of holding that $31 mark and then bouncing higher. But it's come way back down in post market, so perhaps not. On Tuesday, what's happening on Tuesday? Yeah, OPHC. I quite like this. I'm getting into OPHC. I have a very small position in OPHC now, and it's had a nice pullback as expected. Let's hope it doesn't do that. That would be pretty sad. I'll be out there before it comes down. But potentially might ripple along and shoot higher. It's got a lot of energy, this one. OPHC I really like. Grace Therapeutics is also very nice. Let's check this out. I love this sort of consolidation along here and then gradually popping higher. So this has got legs. Grace has got lovely legs. Therapeutics, yeah, look at that. What are you doing, weird software? Meltdown, what's happening? Anyone? I think my Mac just previous resistance where all the sellers came in and started flogging it, but this gradual reach around is very interesting. So let's see if this can ever be brought to the fore again. This is utterly savage. Fuck off. I might come back to that one. CMPS, also very interesting. $7.50. That's got a lot of action happening. That did come back. CMPS. Trading at about $1 million and someone dropping 35 mil, $250 million. It's popped above previous resistance. It's pulled back a little bit. It's back up again. Earnings are coming up. I like CMPS a lot. So let's keep an eye on that one. You'd have to be patient with it and see what happens. And this was Grace. Someone dropping big bucks here. A surprise of 48%, usually trading around the 378. Oh, sorry, it's around the 40,000, and then there's a huge volume spike. This could go higher. Let's see what happens with Grace. It looks like it could hold that position. And final day last Friday. Let's see what's what. Bet you're glad you didn't buy at the peak there. That's really nice pullback right back to support. So that is very interesting. CPS looks really nice actually. And look at that. Ooh, that's also fantastic. Lincoln Education, LINC. Let's have a look at both of these because they're both like super interesting. See if the software can handle a few windows opening up. And Hazy, yeah, that's a bit mental. I'm not really that into that one, but let's see CPS. Yeah, okay, here we go. So it's had a big pullback, and we'll come back to that because this software is being a douchebag, and we'll refresh that one. Right. Look at that. Huge spike, ginormous sell-off, and right back to ish support, and it's come right back up again a little bit higher, and we'll keep watching that. So CPS looks very interesting after a long period of consolidation there. And Link, LINC, Lincoln Educational, wow, look at that on a tear. And really lots of volume coming in just before earnings. That's not suspicious at all. Some dropping $1 million, a cool 28 million in there. This looks really strong, so I would wait for a couple of red candles. I don't want to be buying up here at the 80s, 70s. I'll be buying at the 49s, thanks. So I'm gonna, it just looks great, doesn't it? It's a really nice, so that I'll be adding LINC to this watch list. Great. There you go, LINC. So a few banger small caps to get into, many of them probably going much higher. So please like the video if you can, and subscribe up there, and check out that video over there. Awesome. I keep waiting for breakouts. Peace and love. Thank you, and have a great day. Cheers.